What's up, guys? So in this video, what we're going to go ahead and go over today is Billy Jean is marketing in this XR AI thing. He has like a whole 10-day offer. So it'll be like a little bit of an update video compared to the first one that I pumped out. So just go ahead and dive in. We'll go some quick pros and cons first. So pros is that Billy's been around for years at this point. So, like the fact that he's been around that long means there's at least something he's doing right. Maybe not all of it. There's lots of opinions, as you guys will see here later. And then he has a pretty large operation. I mean, you're talking about impacting, positively or negatively, thousands upon thousands of people with the information that he's put out. So cons, upsells, okay. Just because you buy something for $200 does not mean that you're going to get rich. So you're going to have to buy the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. You basically have to constantly chase after him. And also there are no refunds, which is kind of controversial for me, as I will basically show you later. So first things first is if you head over to his website, it's kind of just like one main thing. But when I looked at it, clicked for like the terms of enrollment, I believe, and regarding refunds with courses and digital products, all sales are final and the company does not offer any refunds or guarantees for such products. Okay, keep that in mind, all right? It'll come up a little bit later. So his Instagram, I'll go ahead and give him a follow just because I'm a good sport. But 236,000 followers. He's clearly a really big digital marketer. Okay, he's got lots of likes and engagement. So it's like I don't think these are fake numbers by any stretch of the means. I think some of it's cheesy. It's just my personal opinion. And he's got like a funny Wolf of Wall Street styled ad that he kind of came out with recently. But yeah, not too many posts, things like that. Reels. Let's see how many reels he's got. Decent amount of reels, but that's his Instagram. Again, I don't think anything is like fake followers or anything like that. Now here's where things kind of get a little odd for me. Okay, so if I needed $10,000 in July 2024, here's my 10-day plan I'd use to make it happen. Click play. You click play, it's a 12-minute video, so it could be worse. It could be like an hour long, but only 12 minutes, not killer. If you do my 10-day plan and don't make money, email us, customer support at askbillyjean.com, or call us at 866-436-3487, and I'll give you 100% of your money back. Okay? See, the reason why I'm confused on that, Billy, is because over here you say no refunds. So you're advertising a refund here, but you're not really advertising a refund here. Maybe there's like a small discrepancy. Maybe you don't really use this site anymore. Not sure. I found at the top of Google search. I know you have this other domain because it's a like video sales letter, but I'm just confused as to kind of two different stories here. One says refund, the other says no refund. Anyway, you can go through this page. It's $200 is like this first entry level one. You can have this additional $69 product. You can have this additional $29.99 product, which will bring your total to roughly $300. We can go ahead and call it $300. And then, card information, all that stuff, clients that they worked with, some testimonials. But you guys can check that out. Going over to his YouTube, only a couple videos, 86,000, subscribers. So he's not really big into YouTube, which is okay. Like if Instagram is his thing, or TikTok is his thing, Snapchat, who knows? But the subscriber counts there, the views are moderate, I guess. Like this one's not necessarily the best, but these two are kind of normal, I would say. Now if you go over to Reddit, right, Billy G marketing is a scam, right? Basically this whole entire thread, like this person, does a good breakdown. Like he has legitimate questions, why do these people need to sell a course if they're actually making money? Good question. Why run all these ads, right? Like I get where he's coming from. But this is specifically talking about the 10-day AI business model, which is what we're seeing right here. So Basically, in this thread, you got people saying it's another get-rich-quick scheme. This person explains like the old day kind of scams right here. You can get access to all these courses and turbo courses without pay. Some kind of weird thread. I don't know really what's going on here. This guy says, might not be an outright scam, but will deliver something of little to no value. Online testimonies are worthless. I would not believe them. The guy sounds like a con artist to me. Common sense says you aren't going to take a 10-day course which will teach you to make money easily. If it's so easy, why isn't he doing it instead and selling courses to a global person? This person actually explains that he uses AI to actually teach the course, which is actually something worth mentioning. You have a lot of gurus that are obsessed, like psychotic with AI, because they know that the margins on courses is extremely high. And so what they do is they try to use AI to cut out human capital wherever they need to, so that they can collect even more profits. The issue with that, though, is that ultimately, the further to AI you get, the more pissed off people are going to become. So, for example, call centers, right? How many times do you got to call your bank and deal with a whole bunch of like AI voices and stuff? Sorry, it's a little late. Like, how long do you have to call and deal with AI? Like, it makes people mad, right? So if you're going to make a course where it's your face and on marketing and people are getting to know you on marketing, but they buy the course and all of a sudden it's just an AI variation of you, it's going to frustrate a lot of people, and arguably so, because they're paying for access to you, not some AI, crap at the end of the day. So anyway, it's like, I see why this is good, because yeah, sure, it proves his concept of making money with AI, but it's like you're going to have a hard time replicating that, right? It's more reputation than anything. This one's just talking about his experience. Anyway, like, this is a really good thread to kind of go through. Hey, he's a legit marketer, been in the game 15 years. Charges $200 up front. You get a 30 to 60 day trial on high level, which is basically like this better version of ClickFunnels or whatever. And he has incentive for you to succeed because he has a 40% commission on the high level subscription. Says you're not going to get rich quick up front, which, let me just talk about that real quick. It's almost the new version of get rich quick is telling you that you're not going to get rich quick. Oh, hey, I'm going to show you all these things. I'm going to show you the Lambo. I'm going to show you the mansion. I'm going to show you the bikinis. Okay. But you're not going to get rich quick. Right? It's just like, it's the new version of it. Like, people back in the day said, oh, do this thing, you're going to get rich quick, or 4-hour work week, like all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. But ultimately, they're implying you're going to get rich quick, which just sucks. So going over to the BBB, 4.5 out of 5, 2 customer reviews, so nothing crazy, but he's at least BBB accredited, got an A+ rating, been in business for 11 years. Looks like he's answered the complaints, or somebody in his company's answered the complaints. This is clearly his company, logo and all that stuff. Going over to Trustpilot, you see 293 reviews with a 4.7 rating, which is pretty freaking good. I just think it's overall low, though. Like, the numbers of the reviews is overall low, simply just because he's had thousands upon thousands of people, and so I would like to see like a higher number, because he's definitely he just has a larger reach, right? A larger reach than most gurus, I would argue. So I feel like that should be a little bit higher. Maybe this isn't the right profile, but this is the one that showed up when I searched on Google, was doing some digging. There are some 1-star reviews. Person saying that they were scammed out of their money. He's a scam. $10,000 upsells. Claims to be a top digital marketer. You know, CRM software program, which is what high level is. Paid for a phone call but never received it. They just take your money. But again, there's like 5-star reviews, right? Life-changing program. Hi everyone, wanted to share my experience with Billy Jean's 10-day AI course. And they're fairly lengthy, right? They're not necessarily just one-liners. So at the end of the day, it is a mixed bag. But what do I personally think? Personally, I'm not a fan of AI stuff. Like, sure, AI content creation, okay, like blog posts, stuff like that. But I'm not a fan of using AI to detach from the human experience, which is what it kind of seems like it's going on here, where you're just having AI interact with the students than, say, you yourself. That I just have, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't like it. I get from his perspective, it's extremely efficient. It's teaching people what they need to know. But for me, there's a lack of actual human connection there that I think is valuable when it comes to coaching and mentoring, right? Like if I wanted an AI to mentor me, I'd tell ChatGPT to do it. I wouldn't pay $200 for it. Does that make sense? That's just kind of my stance. That said, you really just have to see if he's the right fit for you, because that Reddit thread, which I encourage you guys to go check out, is a very mixed bag. So it's like, see who you resonate with, see which story you resonate with before making a purchase. If you decide to buy the $200 program, just be aware you may or may not get your money back. I know what he says in the marketing, but I also saw what he said on the other website. So, 50-50 chance, maybe on the off chance Billy sees this video, he can clarify or make whatever changes he needs to make regarding the refund policy, because I think that would just be helpful in general. Also, there is an interview that you guys could watch with Billy Jean and CoffeeZilla. Kind of gives you more insight into the off-screen version, or the unscripted version, I should say, of Billy Jean. See if you kind of like vibe with that character that he has. Because ultimately, with mentorship and coaching, it truly comes down to who you're getting mentored by. Does their character resonate with yours? If it does, great. If it doesn't, just keep looking elsewhere. I think mentoring is important. I just think you need to really vibe with the person you're learning from. You need to be able to identify and resonate with them. You also need something that is valuable to society. And me personally, I just don't think AI is there yet enough to create the value that it needs to create. I think it's valuable for Billy. I think it's valuable for other gurus. I don't think it's necessarily valuable for the everyday people like you and me just yet. So what would actually be valuable, and it's something that I do, is this thing called local lead generation. So basically what I do is I built this site. I've had this site live now for 5 years. And it's a tree service site. Now, I don't actually have a tree service company, but I have this website, and it generates phone calls through this phone number right here. It's extremely simple layout. On mobile, this thing shows up first, so it's super easy to click. But why do people even go to this website? Well, trees fall, crash into houses, or somebody wants to remove a tree to place something else there. Whatever the case may be, people need tree service. So in my hometown where I built this site, Noblesville Tree Services has some search volume, gets calls through, so I decided, hey, let me try building a site. Let me just prove this to myself that it can work. And sure enough, 6 to 8 weeks later, after I built this site, published it, it was the number one spot, and it has remained the number one spot for 5 years now, a little over 5 years. And this process still ranks today. Just 2 months ago, I published another site down in Florida. After like 3 or 4 weeks, it was the bottom of page 1 for its search term. So it's not quite at the top yet, but it's getting there. Some websites take longer to rank than others. That's just the name of the game. And yeah, I mean, that's what I do. So what are you kind of looking at expense-wise for this? So for a website, you're looking about $15 a month for hosting if you do it through Weebly, like I have that site right there. $15 a month for the tracking phone number, and $10 a year for the domain name. No, you're not talking about buying crazy domain names or anything like that. So about $10 for those for the year. How much money can you expect to make per site? About $500 to $2,000 per month. It just depends on the niche and the service. For example, towing, you're probably looking around $500 a month maybe, but something like concrete or roofing, it could be like $2,000 or even more. It just depends niche, volume, how many calls are coming through, how many jobs are getting closed. And you're probably like, well, gee, why don't business owners, do this themselves? Honestly, it just comes down to them not having a whole lot of time or expertise to do so. Like, they need people like me just going out, building a site, generating the call, sending them the call, then closing it. It's a really simple business model. They're used to paying for leads because of Home Advisor and other things like that, but more specifically finder's fees. They refer business to their friends back and forth all the time, and they pay each other well to do it. So I just come in, send them all the jobs, and I get a cut of it because it's a finder's fee. Build up enough of these sites, and you have nice, solid, dependable passive income. You're not going to get rich off of it, not to be cliche, but for spending an hour or two a day, having something actually sit out and kind of work for you while you're not working, it's a great business model. You're not going to find it with Amazon FBA. You're not going to find it with drop shipping, real estate, anything like that, especially with the profit margins. So if you're interested in learning more about it, go ahead, check out this link right here. I'll have a private invite for you down in the description below. But basically, every single question you could possibly have, some of which I've already answered, you'll find on this page. I encourage you guys to go through it 100%, check out everything, read it all, if you have any questions. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.